Good morning, everybody. It is going to be an awesome day. I'm here in Louisville, Kentucky, Friday morning of the major convention. Kevin Schulteis, I am en route to a life convention. I'm starting my journey and you get to participate in that. I get to both do driving and flying, and most people will probably fly into the event. If you're from the States, you might drive. You know, whether it's 10, 20, 30 hours, you can still get there. And it's gonna be an amazing weekend. So here's a little bit to the event. We'll take some photos and document my trip going that way. And here we go. We're going to Louisville, Kentucky. Woohoo! Getting ready for the flight. Let's go. We are just leaving Edmonton. No snow yet. Probably don't have the ice yet.
Welcome to Montreal. Local time is 1:01 p.m.
Okay, just landed Montreal. I'm here for about a 3-hour layover, so I just gotta figure out what I want to do. Probably eat, do some more reading. Just about went through customs and I had my bottle of water with me. And I'm like, man, I did not want to lose this. These things are expensive in airports. You want to hang on to water and stay hydrated as much as possible. So, boy, if you've ever filmed at an airport, they definitely have a lot of announcements. Yeah, hey everybody! So we just landed in New York on our way to, where am I on my way to? Oh yeah, Louisville. I'm already starting to meet a whole bunch of other convention goers. When you start getting closer and closer, you kind of start recognizing who the convention goers are. You start recognizing them. They're big readers. We love to encourage reading. We tend to be the nicest. We're always problem solving. So we don't want to complain about too much. We just want to solve the problem and do the best we can in the situation that we got. Your attitude in check, your AQ high, right? Your attitude quotient. When you're on the road, a lot of weird things can happen. The people you're with, you might getting on each other's nerves. But man, if you read a lot of good books and listen to a lot of good CDs, things work out. And you as a person can grow. And that's all the more reason why I highly encourage always going to a convention and going to your monthly workshops and going to even your weekly get-togethers, because it's the community that's the magic. People that you hang out with will always they'll keep reselling you on you. You're your own best asset. Getting around a good group of people will raise your average, right? And you want to raise your average so that you can influence people of your sphere of influence and be a better average for them. We got one more flight. So I am going up to the air train at Newark Airport. It's pretty awesome. So I'm not quite willing to put my camera down in places yet like Casey Neistat, but in the future. Okay, so here we are, Newark train station. I think I'm over in A. We gotta get on the train over there. We go from A to C. Casey Neistat style. Yeah! Newark. Now, a little tip, travel tip that I like. is I avoid the x-rays and the scanners, and I do the pat-downs. Not because I like them, I don't dislike them. Stopping that many years ago, I don't get sick when I travel either now. And I'd say wash your hands often. Soap and water, I do not use. I'm not a fan of the antibacterial things. I think putting stuff on your hands is kind of the opposite of what you're trying to do. Water is good enough to take stuff off, sometimes a little bit of soap. Or that's just my philosophy when it comes to air travel. I stay healthy during conventions, and when I get back, I don't get sick and stuff like that. Off to Louisville. Gonna read some good books on the way here. Although if you plan on bringing a bunch of tools back, it's better to pay for your shipping, bring an extra bag, and then keep it empty and then bring it back full. Pay the little bit of luggage fee, because that's actually cheaper than shipping, and then it's a lot faster. So when you go to the conventions, you can buy a bunch of tools. Already seeing lots of people landing, talking about life and everything. That is awesome. I already have some team here. They're gonna come pick me up a baggage. Long day, but hey, it's gonna be worth it. Can't wait. So here I am off the baggage. Minimize expenses, maximize investments, right? So I'm down here in Louisville, Kentucky for a leadership convention. I'm spending time, energy, money to invest into this. But hey, you got to take care of needs as well. Part of that is, you know, food. So here we're down here. We group up as a team. We try to save on hotel accommodations or Airbnb homes or whatever. If you have to sleep on the floor, do Airbnb and stuff like that at times. You can rent an entire house. Sometimes you just get a single bed, but if you can stay with your team, stick with your team. It's even better to sleep on the floor for a mattress. This was a nice apartment. I got to stay on an air mattress over there. So I've done that. Hey, I've come completely broke or something like that, and it's not always about the money either. Is you want to stick by your team, because sometimes that's the only time you actually get to see some of your team. Part of the experience. The road trip is half the journey, right? You know, it's not just always the end destination and what you learn. There's a nice bathroom. They got a master bedroom or something. You have your own kitchen and fridge, and you can prepare easy. And you can buy food at like the local grocery market. The staples of a good meal is probably like granola bars, some snacks or something like that. But you want to eat cheap. Stock up what you can. Some venues allow food in the venue. Others don't. So I will show you what we call the tool room or the clue room, because success leaves clues. Books, CDs, packs, all kinds of stuff. I will spend a ton of time on the tool room. But you want to minimize all your expenses here. Don't eat frivolously. Don't try to save up as much money as you can and spend money on tools that will serve you and your family and your community indefinitely, right? Expenses are usually for a short-term thing. Investments pay off long-term. And then depending on the venue, we have some venues that are very strict and they don't even let in water bottles and stuff like that. Those ones kind of suck, I won't lie. That makes it hard to eat a little bit cheaper. They force you to buy all their overpriced. Other venues of varying degrees of laxness and stuff like that. You need this. You have to use this stuff, man. Stay awake. You gotta stay focused on the mission. You gotta learn. You gotta take as many notes. You gotta stay open. You gotta stay awake, man. Stay awake. You gotta use coffee, man. I don't like coffee. I drink a lot of it just to keep awake at these events. You gotta do what you gotta do. Most events you can't bring in thermoses and stuff. This one you probably could have. Probably could have had a thermos if you lived nearby, a hotel or something like that, or whatever. You could probably bring in a thermos. Some events don't allow that. That's one of the investments you gotta do. Expense, but you gotta drink lots of coffee. And which is nice, and I like the venues that allow us food and everything in. So that is that. So you definitely want to eat cheap and live cheap if you can, and stay with your team.
those are all things that you have to balance.
So that was the adventures of Kevin and Life Major Convention. So hopefully you liked. Give me a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. Help out the YouTube channel. You can subscribe down below if you want additional YouTube videos. On the side here you can find links to additional videos in this series. I have a few other videos that I've compiled and are compiling for the YouTube series, behind the scenes and kind of what a life convention is all about. And if you're really interested in more additional life information, yeah, drop me an email, text, or comment down below, and I will get back to you, and we can have a dialogue about that, about what products we have or consume, you know, about the business model, whatever you want, because that helps me out too. I'm not sponsored by them in any way, but I am a member and an affiliate, and any purchases and such definitely help me do more of these types of videos. That is exactly what I want to do, is inspire others to do leadership. So definitely any links, any products purchased from the links definitely help out, and hopefully you get equipped up and go make a difference as well.